Hello, everybody. This is Johnny S with another game review. Today, we're going to review Torchlight Infinite. It's another ARPG, Diablo lookalike, let's call it. This is a very good game, another one of my favorites. Um, it's free, you can download it on Steam. There's absolutely no pay to win elements on this game. It is a top down isometric, isometric type of game. It has quite an amount of characters that you can use. There's seasons, just like in similar games of this genre. There are the graphics are quite basic, but very nicely done. So at the moment in my computer, which is not the greatest setup, I'm running the game on ultra settings. And as I speak, let's look into it. This is the starting screen. You can select your realm, which is in Europe. So let's go in. I'm using a Mac. I'm running it on max settings at the moment. So because there's a new season, you're going to be welcomed by this screen where it gives you the option to create a new character. We're not going to do that. You can go back to the loading screen, and at the bottom here, you can have a look at where your characters is. So if you click this little button here, you will see at the moment that I have three characters, and they're all on the permanent server. So if I create a season character, at the moment we have the Twin Nightmare season. So this is the Twin Nightmare season. If I create a character here, instead of permanent server, it will say Twin Nightmare. We can select the plus button just to show you the characters. Some of these characters you have to wait for the season to end in order to unlock them. Then you can purchase it with in-game currency or with real money, depending on how you like. There are quite a few classes, and there's variations of the classes. So if you have a look here, the first class is Berserker, and there's two different variations. So there's this variation, and there's this variation. Two different characters. Each one of these has different skills, even though it is the same character. And you can graphically see the difference as well. First off, just looking at it, you can have a look. You can see straight away that it has a very comic, let's say, look to it, but very nicely done. So if you pay attention at the graphics here, the leaves, let me just spin this guy around. It's very nicely done. And this is ultra settings on a medium PC, medium to low end PC. It runs perfectly. There's no lag. So if you are a person that has a little bit of a limited, let's say, as far as your setup goes, yeah, I do recommend this game. It's very fun. And if you compare it to the other ARPGs that I have spent time, this is probably one of the games that I've spent most of my time. Putting aside Path of Exile, which is the game that I have dedicated, most of my gaming time over the many years. This is another one that I have, gone into it really heavily. Some of these classes are unlocked straight from the box. I do not remember which ones are, so I will not say just not to confuse. The Berserker is one of my favorite classes. There is a ranged class, which is this guy here, and there's two variations of him. There is another class, you can skip the animation if you want. She uses magic. There's a quick character here, so these are all the characters you see. There's a minion guy here as well. So I've made, and if you go to, let's say, you select one of these guys, you go next, and then you have a little bit of a description of the character, and you can see view details. So when you click view details, it's going to give you his trait. So, he's a minion guy, as you can see. He's a little minion guy that comes and goes. It gives you an overall description of what it is, and you can go to the trait details, which is the hero trait, as they call it, and it will show you the skills that you have. These really determine how your class proceeds in the game. And by by clicking each one of these ones, you can see a description. So, on level 13, you can tell, look, this 32, 50, 62, 80. The maximum level at the moment is level 100. Let's go back. I do not have a 100 character at the moment. So we go back. The maximum I've reached is 96. And there's customizations, which is basically paid with real currency if you would like to make a character something like this. So the default, let's say this is an anger character, is the same as this. The only difference is that I've put some cosmetics on there. So the moment I have three characters, let's select one of these to go in the game to see how it looks. Very nice animations, very fluently. So this is what the game looks like from the top down. Because there's a new season, on every season it's going to reset your skills, so you have a lot of skills which are not allocated, 106 to be specific, and here is where you select talents. So there's different talents that you can select, and this was basically how you customize and you create your build however you like. So you can select the God of Might, let's say, before you activate, you can, you can have a look at what the skill is like, and you can dedicate points here. So these are the points that you have at the top. You can dedicate points as you go towards the right hand side. And by clicking each one of these, it will tell you that you can dedicate 3 points on this. On this one, 3 points. On this one, 2 points. On this one point, and so forth. And at the end, as you level up, so once you dedicate 10 points in this talent tree, you're going to be able to unlock special selections. There's three different options, and on 20 points you can select another three different options. And this really makes a huge difference. For example, just to share one of them, let's say you're going to build this tree, and on level 20 you can select fueling, which damage ignores enemy fire resistance. This is huge. So if you like this, you can say that I'm going to spec my damage to be more on fire based. So I will pick something like not critical. Let's say you will go ignite damage. So you come here, you select the general damage. You will go here. Slowly you unlock this, and let's say then you go attack speed. So you make the character quick, put attack speed, and then here you come down. Instead of selecting these ones, you go ignite. Then you further expand with ignite. Uh, there's also down here I can see fire damage, so you can spec the character however you like. And there's three different, let's say, talents that you can select. So if you can have a look, if I select this, it's going to go on this spot here. There's another one here, and there's another one here. So the talents is one of the ways that you make up your character. The hero tree is the other one, the one that we looked at previously. You can see here that I have selected the first one on level 13. Here you get a choice. You go either one or the bottom. On 50 you have one selection. On 62 there's two options, and on 80 there's two options. So once you get your character to level 8, you pretty much unlock skill-wise whatever is available on your character. So let's say you can have a complete build. Before 80 you are limited because some of these skills really dictate how your character performs. You have another thing which is called the Statue of Gods. So these are little extra items, similarly to Last Epoch idols that you can find in your character, and you can have damaging or defensive elements of these ones. It's like a little puzzle box where you fit these puzzles inside here, and you have like a limited area that you can configure them. So this is the classic UI. You have one thing that is different here. Let's close this. Is that you have your map on the left hand side, so that might take a little bit of time to get used to. And you can see pressing tab will create an overlay, and you can leave that on if you like. I prefer it off, so you can see my character better. At the bottom is the usual bar that we have on the IRPGs. You have your left hand side life, you have your energy, you have your skills, chat options, you have quests that you can hide, and you have your menu here. Whenever there's something new to click, you will get a notification of like an exclamation. And this is one of the towns that you're towards the end game. So once you finish the campaign, you can find yourself here. And there's other characters. So this guy here that's running around, these are other human characters that you can meet. And you go into the city, you can talk with them, private chat, you can add them as a friend. So there's a social element to the game. Let's go to one of these maps. So this is the inventory that you have. You can create different stash tabs and create different things. So Let's move this to our inventory.
The gigantic machine in
And
front
the
of
way
your
that you run
eyes
maps
gives a
is you go
strange,
to the what
dangerous
is called the
feeling.
Netherlands. So
Then,
usually all these games towards the end they have like an
something
end
seems to
game, let's call it.
also
Part of it
gaze
has
at you.
maps, dungeons for Diablo, Diablo 4, all the Diablo, the dungeons, rifts, and everything. Last Epoch has the Monolith. This game here has the Netherlands, which you basically enter, and this is what it looks like. You have five sections, so one, two, three, four, five. These are five different, let's say, map sections with different looks to them. So this is like an icy, this is the blistering lava, so it's more molten stuff, and then steel forge, thunder wastes, and voidlands. So there's five variations look-wise of the maps. These are randomly generated maps, and there's bosses that you can do. You can unlock the Great Void, and there's different leveling up. Slowly you play, you unlock through the maps. At the moment, we can go to the Netherlands, for example, the Glistering Abyss, the Glacial Abyss, sorry. There's a boss at the center, and these are all the different maps that you can select and you can play. There's a card system to the game. At the moment, we're going to lower our difficulty, so this thing here shows us the difficulty. So you can go here, so on Tarmac 7, that's 7 difficulty and 2 steps. Then you can go Tarmac 6, which is this one, Crystal, this one, this one. And on the right hand side, it shows you the level of the enemies. So here you go 72 to 75, number of basic monsters. The higher you go up, it gets harder and harder and harder. I have selected a few of the basic maps, which is onto map 92, into map 1. So this 99, it means I have this. Let me show you in my inventory. I just look at from my stash.
Now let's have a real
So if you
fight
look
at
at your
challenge.
inventory here, you have these things which are called beacons. One beacon is used to open one map. And a map on this game has a boss, you clear through enemies, and you go towards the boss, you kill the boss, you get out. Um, this is also the inventory that you have with your items. There's a crafting component to the game, and you can have the stats of your character, so you can go through these pages here. This game was designed to be also played on the mobile. So if you have a look at it, you will see that if you uh, if on some of the screens it looks like you can scroll through them. This is on purposely done because it was designed for both mobile and computer. Usually, the mobile to computer transitions transpositions of games usually they're not top notch because they have like big UI. Um, they look a little bit sort of cluttery. This game, they've done it very nice. So just by looking at it, you're not going to realize that it was for a mobile game. Usually, the mobile games they'll have on the bottom right hand section like a couple of buttons. These buttons here will be bigger. You have less area in your screen, which kind of gives you the impression that you're playing a mobile game. This game with Torchlight Infinite, they've done a perfect job as far as not really letting you know that this is a mobile. So unless I told you this, you will not have known. So going back to your inventory, which is D for shortcut, you can have the different items. So these are the items you collect, these are the skills, these are some other components, and here's where you put your maps. We have 99 maps at the moment. So if we go to this section here, and they are based on the different areas. So if you have a look, it will say beacon for the frozen abyss. So this is only for the frozen abyss, and you have different maps for the different areas, which drop as you kill any complete areas. So at the moment, the frozen abyss means the glacial abyss. This would be frozen abyss or glacial abyss, sometimes they call it the other way. So let's go and click this one, so we can actually play. We select it, we go skip. It lets us know that you can actually fight the end boss if you would like. We do not like, we don't want to fight the boss, I'm just going to put the little map. So these are the maps, I can click on any single one of these, but if you notice, there's a little icon here which are called cards, and you have a deck of cards that you can select, which you can further fine tune what you'd like in the game, specific content, similar to what Path to Exile the Atlas's tool tree is. Similarly for this game, you can pick different cards and you can fine tune. So it is good to actually use some of this. This, for example, here it has extremely it has extra drops. So let's go next. You can add specific components here, but we'll just go ahead and open the portal. There's an effect here. The portal opens. You move to this one and you click this little button here, which is the for shortcut. So you can just press D and we'll take you to the map. The specific build that I'm using, these are the skills here. I did not show the skills, so that's another thing. These are the skills here that you can select. So you have one skill and you have specific energy that you can allocate. So in the beginning, you have one skill and only one circle here, which means that this is your main skill, and I can put one support, let's say, skill onto my main skill. And these are locked, so you will see lock pads onto them, and they are locked slowly, slowly as you level up. You unlock more energy based on your items and everything, and then you can actually make a full skill. A full skill is going to be your main and five support gems. That means a full skill has been done. For this one, for example, we have full six skills. For this one, we have only two. And if you have a look here, it's locked. For this one here, similarly. The way that I've done this is try to be as passive as possible. So this is an automatic casted skill. These three, if you have a look down here, they are getting casted by themselves. And they are defensive sort of skills. So if you pay attention, sorry, once the time runs out, they get automatically casted.
When can I get a
Left
epic
hand,
fight,
left
Doctor? I
click
really
will
can't
move
wait
the
any
character
longer.
around. On my right hand button, I have this thing called charge, where it's going to charge continuously like this. And there's a game mechanic where as it hits enemies, it will destroy them. And on the second skill that I am manually using is the dash. So it's got a cooldown, it's got two charges, so you can quickly dash and get out of harm's way. So let's go. This is the map at the top here. When you see red icons, these are the enemies. So the whole point here is to dash through them. This is a very quick, easy build. I'm literally holding down the left and the right mouse button together. And whenever I need to move a little bit further, I just click like that. So you can see everything is disappearing. Let's pick a couple of items down from the floor. The maps are quite quick, so there's not a lot of. It doesn't take too long, let's say. Let's go to here, and you can put filters onto this game as well, just like most of this game in its category. You can see the number of the damage that we're doing. White numbers are normal damage, yellow numbers are critical. So we are critical spec. We do a lot of thousands of damage. And it's quite an easy game. At the moment, I do not have allocated my talents because the passive has been reset as per new season. So this is a map, a beacon of the Torchlight is level 1. So we used a map and we just got a map. So at the moment, it's as if we did not waste anything. You can find more than one map in single map. This is the boss. So it was quite quick, you know. Now we just go like this around and it's done. We get the energy core, the loot, we go to the portal gate that just appeared and we get out. So it's a maximum like a 2-3 minute map. It's a very, you know, small map, so let's say.
Machine in front
You
of
can go to your inventory once you have collected a couple of items, go through them. This is something that we stack up. These are different appliances in the game. For the maps at the moment, I do not need them. It was just a demonstration. So let's put them back here. So these are like the low level maps for all the different type areas. These are the higher tier maps for the red and fire, purple ones are fire, and the red ones are the highest, and there are some that are if you want to, let's say, sell a couple of things, you can go down to your thing.
Name's Ed. I wonder what happens
I
to
don't remember where you sell things. It's been some time since I've played here. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. It's a very nice game. It's I advise to everybody. It's very sort of, let's say, comic, so it's user friendly. Um, it's another one of my favorite games. So yeah, really, really recommend this. Okay, this is Jimmy S. I'll be you tonight, and thank you very much.